The piece here in Venice is called Ashes. And the whole story about this piece started in 2002. In fact, it started with a piece that I was working on for Documenta called Western Deep, Carib's Leap. And I shot some footage out there in Grenada for the piece called Carib's Leap. And when I was shooting out there, I shot this boy who was called Ashes. He was a young man. He was a fisherman. And he was very charismatic. He was a very beautiful boy. And all of a sudden, every time we should see him, we should put our camera on him because there was something very charismatic about him. And he was known in the community as a great fisherman, a great diver, a great swimmer. And I said to Robbie, my cameraman, Robbie Muller, let's get a boat, let's put him on a boat, and let's just shoot him. Something about him, I just thought, I want to shoot this guy. So we put him on a boat, and we shot him, as you will see with the piece. We just shot him on this boat, and he's this beautiful boy, sort of half naked, sitting at the edge of this boat, moving towards this endless horizon, almost like endless possibilities. Virile, beautiful young man. Anyway, we shot the footage, and I didn't use any of it for the piece I was using for Documenta that year, 2002. And 7 years later, I went back to Grenada, only to find out that he was shot and killed. And he was shot and killed 2 months after we shot that piece of footage. And I thought to myself, interesting, I must go back and look at that footage. And it was a bit of a shock to me at the time to find out that the images that we saw, that I shot, were almost like the last images of him, because he died 2 months after. Anyway, and then I put it in the back of my head. And then I went down there again, and somehow I wanted to sort of resurrect that story and to find out exactly what happened to him. So I went back in 2014 to interview people, his friends, to find out what happened to Ashes. And then I did a recording of the story of what happened to him, which you will hear. And then I put that together with the footage that I had of him, edited it together, and showed the piece. I showed the piece in Japan. But for me, that was like a rough sketch. And finally, I thought to myself, well, I want to find out where he is. So I went back to Grenada and found out that he was buried in a pauper's grave. In Grenada, if you're not affiliated to a church, you get put in this graveyard, which is unmarked graves. But because now those church graveyards are full, people are being buried in that graveyard. So I found his grave, which was, of course, unmarked with many others. And I thought to myself, well, what I want to do is I want to bury him. I want to sort of, give him a grave, give him a marker, give him some kind of dignity as such. And that's what I did. I got the grave sort of makers to make a grave for him. So in a way, what you have on one side of the screen is, as I said, this boy, young man who has everything to live for, every possibility there is, extraordinarily attractive, capable man. But on the other side is the absolute, the void, death, in a way, the concrete, the consolidation of non-existence as such. And I just wanted to mark that and give him a grave, and that was it.